Oh my god, look at all this. Oh my god, I'm still going through the production, the behind the scenes photos. Oh my god. Oh my god, I just thought I'd give you guys a sneak peek at what you yourself can sit through if you buy Sisters by Brian De Palma. Criterion Collection number 89. It's me. It's Nate Jackson. You see my hair. Yeah, just keep looking. Just keep looking. Look. Now there's Daniel and there's Emil and there's the scene at the end. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Of course, if you're watching this, oh look at them laughing. Oh look at they're having so much fun. Oh my gosh. Look, is this almost over? Come on now. We're gonna do the review. Come on. Margot Kidder's really attractive though. I'll admit that. And nope, nope, nope. Still more, still more. Yes, Brian De Palma. When Brian De Palma and the actress, there's Brian De Palma. There's the doctor. I mean the director. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're still okay. Oh. Now we got color shots. Oh great. Now we have to sit through a billion color shots. This is okay. No, I'm done. I can't sit through this anymore. I'm not gonna have you guys sit through this. Come on. Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh man, you just try to do. This is what happens. I mean, oh my God, there's still so many color shots. Oh God, just nothing but color shots. Color shots of stabbing and the blood and the oh my God and the writing and the salty woman and this blah 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 blah. Oh my God, they took photos like it's nobody's business. Oh, good. Oh, now it's done. Alright. Now that that's over with, we can get to the review. Brian De Palma, number 89, Sisters. Give me 89. We're getting there, man. Only 11 more. And then we are at number 100. This one, I don't know what to think about this one. It's pretty creepy. 1973, 92 minutes. Brian De Palma as the director, starring Margot Kidder. Those of you who know her as, some of you might know her as Lois Lane from the Superman movies. And Jennifer Salt, some of you may know her as the executive producer of Nip Tuck, as well as something else. Oh, American Horror Story. Yeah. So that name, the face may not be familiar, but the name certainly does. So anyway, let's talk about this movie. So basically, it starts off with this guy who's watching this blind girl get undressed, and she starts taking off her clothes, and then shortly after it's revealed that we're watching a TV show called Peeping Toms, where two contestants guess what's gonna happen next, and is he gonna say something, or is he gonna stare, or is he just gonna leave? He doesn't say anything, so they both lose. But then they bring out the blind girl, who is actually an actress who isn't really blind. She was just playing a job. Her name is Danielle, and then they bring out the other guy who comes out, and I guess they were such a good sport, I guess he comes out and he's like I forget what he says. He's like some data analyst. I don't remember. But he comes out, and what is his name? His name is, did they give him a name? Philip Wood. See, look at this. The cast. I can refer to the cast in case I forget their names or anything like that. Brilliant. Anyway, so this movie, so they hit it off. Danielle and Philip actually hit it off and go on a date, and they start dating, and then they kiss. And they go back to Danielle's place, and they have sex. And while they're having sex, he lifts up her dress slowly but surely until there's a big scar on her side. Music. Music by what's his name? Bernard Herrmann, who did the soundtrack to Citizen Kane, as well as a number of Hitchcock movies. I think Psycho as well. So kind of a big deal on the music. Definitely knocked it out the park with that. But anyway, so he wakes up. Philip wakes up and he finds out, hears Danielle talking to somebody in French. and he finds out that she has a twin sister whose name is Dominique, and they were, I guess, they were Siamese twins at one time, and they were separate, and they've been separated now. And so Philip goes to get a cake from the bakery and give it to their, because it was their birthday, and that's why they were talking together. And so when he comes back and he gives her the cake, she's underneath this cover, and he puts it on the cover and he says, "Make a wish." And she comes out with a knife and she comes out with a knife and stabs him to death, and his blood comes out on his thigh, and he crawls and he stabs him in the face, and it's just, ooh, gosh. And so he dies, and Emil, who is her ex-husband, they're actually just separated, but their ex-husband was actually following her. He's in the audience in the Peeping Tom show. You can see him, and they don't make his first appearance too conspicuous, like oh, he's going to be a character, like looking at him, because I think he looks at the camera, he's like taking notes, and he follows Philip and Danielle home, and he follows her to the restaurant that they go to, and he gets booted out because they're making him bother him, and then he follows him to the apartment, and so finally, after Danielle or Dominique maybe kills Philip, Emil comes by and consoles her. He finds out that he killed her, and so they try to hide the body. But meanwhile, while all this is happening, their neighbor from across the street, Grace Collier, who's a journalist, actually saw Philip try to write the word "help" in blood on the windowsill. And as she saw this, she calls the police, and she goes over to the apartments across the street, and she tries to explain, "Oh yeah, I saw this body," and they don't want to believe her, but they go up anyway. And while all this is happening, there's this awesome little split screen effect where they're having this dialogue, and on the other side of it, Emil and Danielle are cleaning up the body. And they shove him, they clean up, and they apparently have enough time in all the discussion to throw the body into the couch and clean up the blood and all that. And so when Jennifer and what's his name, Joseph Larch, the detective or the assistant, comes by, they can't find a thing, except had they looked behind the couch, there would be a little red spot. However, anyway, as they're about to leave, Grace finds the cake that had both their names, Danielle and Dominique, in it. And as she's about to present it, she trips and falls, and that would have been proof, that they both had sisters, or that Danielle had a sister named Dominique, and who's apparently the suspect. So, but anyway, so she goes to so her mother picks her up, and Grace goes to the bakery and tries to get the names, and she finds out the people remember that somebody wrote their names on the cake, and so she hires this. Detective to help her get into so he gets into the apartment, and he finds this file on these Siamese twins, and I guess it was their case study, and so she takes it to this guy who worked for Time magazine, I think, or Time Life magazine or something like that, and he shows her this film that they had already done this case before. They had done like a film on it, and so they shows us this film about their history, and apparently it's discovered that Dominique actually died during, I think, passed away during the surgery, I think, or something like that. And so it's led to believe that, I guess, Danielle is the only one who could have done it. And that explains why she takes these like red pills. And so anyway, meanwhile, in one scene, the detective follows the moving van, because at one point they put the couch onto a moving van to get rid of it. So he follows the moving van, and Grace follows the doctor, Emil, and Danielle to this like open door psychiatric ward. And as he finds Emil trying to subdue Danielle, and so she tries to use the phone to call the authorities, but this mental patient who apparently went crazy over some germs in the phone, stops her, and then this orderly comes in and delays her, and then Emil comes in and lies and says that Grace is a patient who's wandering around who thinks her name is Grace and her name is like Margaret or something like that. So they put her in a room and they subdue her and put her to sleep, and Emil hypnotizes her and makes her believe that there was no murder and tells her that it was all a fallacy. And at the same time, Grace is like taken into the mind, the dreams of Danielle, and we see Danielle and Dominique when they were conjoined together in all the news groups, and we see the surgery, and she wakes up and Grace is screaming her head off, and Emil puts her back to sleep, and Danielle wakes up and thinks she heard Dominique come back. And anyway, so then Emil corners Danielle and tries to make her believe that remind her that she killed Philip by showing her the bloody knife, and everything comes back to her. Meanwhile, Danielle grabs the knife and stabs Emil in the thigh, and eventually, as he bleeds, he ends up dying on top of her, and she holds him close as he dies. And meanwhile, Grace finally wakes up and sees that Emil is dead, and so the next scene shows they take Danielle away, and she agrees to confess to the murder. And Grace, with the detective or the police, Grace is back, feeling better, and so she says, "Oh, the police say, oh, we finally believe you, so we just need to tell you what happened." And then, of course, she says, "It was all a fallacy. There was no murder, and there was no body." And that's all she can say, because Emil didn't, take her back. And then the final shot shows the detective following the couch at like a fruit stand, and that's it. That's the end of the movie. So I was a little disappointed with the ending. The ending was a little bit predictable. I mean, the whole idea that Dominique was dead and that Danielle did it because she's like psychotic, I think was a little predictable, considering I had just seen a Lifetime made-for-TV movie similar to this. So I think part of it was because Brian De Palma admits that it wasn't a very high budget movie, so he couldn't do a lot. So maybe that's why, if he had time to develop the script more, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying not to comment on that, but anyway. So yeah, I mean, shot well. I mean, the music's great. The special effects, the blood is eerie and creepy, and the scars, very, very nice. And filming is awesome too. So yeah, what can we say? I give it a B-. I think just the ending just had me by the neck. Just, oh god, it was like strangling me, just like that. There was no body. There was no murder. It's just like, oh my god, I hate that. I just want a happy ending. God damn it. I mean, Emil died. I mean, I guess I could go with that, but Grace is like scarred now. I don't think she needed to be scarred. I mean, I guess that's the moral of our story: is don't go peeping into other people's business. I guess that's the moral. If we have a moral for this one, yeah, B-. So anyway, so the supplements. There's a long essay about when he talks about the making. Brian De Palma with some newspaper, talking about the making of Sisters and comparing it. And he talks about getting Bernard Herrmann and like how it was shot and all that, and his comparisons to Hitchcock. And then there's an interview with there's the original 1966 Life magazine article that inspired De Palma to make sisters called Rare Study of Siamese Twins in Soviet, and that was a trip. I mean, just to see the real life photos. I mean, it's amazing, just like what happens with life sometimes. What can happen in life, you know, people are born differently, and it's a trip, you know, that this actually happens. I mean, obviously with, you know, movies, you know, you got special effects, but to see the actual photos, especially something that's 1966, you know, it's like, I mean, this happened back in the 50s. I think they said the twins were born in 1950. So by the time of the article, they were like 14, 15, you know. So it's a trip and a half, you know, to actually see. And they show like photos of them as kids, and like they had 3 legs. You know, one leg was near her arm, and it's a trip. And then there's excerpts from the press book. Has all these like, you know, poster shots and like promotional tactics, like ads for the radio ads and television ads, the things where like they were gonna have a twin contest, or promotion in knife stores because the murder weapon was a knife, and yeah. And then as quoted, hundreds of production, publicity, and behind the scenes stills. Yes, and you saw that. Give you a little taste for that. So yeah, B-, not the greatest, but not horrible, you know. Anyway, so that's it for today. Well, maybe that isn't for today. There's a chance we might do number 90, Qui-Gon, today, because I've got a bit of a busy day tomorrow. So I don't know if we're gonna have 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes to watch this movie. So there's a chance we might watch this today. Maybe. Probably not, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, if I don't see the rest tomorrow, tonight, then I'll definitely see you tomorrow. And then tomorrow, so hopefully, well, let's just plan for tomorrow. Tomorrow, Qui-Gon. Wednesday, The Blob. Thursday, Fiend Without a Face. Friday, Black Narcissus, not Black Orpheus. Saturday, I Know Where I'm Going. And Sunday, All That Heaven Allows. And then Written on the Wind and Do the Right Thing, La Ventura, Wednesday. And then, what's after that? Gimme Shelter, Thursday, hopefully. And then Beastie Boys Anthology. I think what I'll do, actually, is I'll find out how long La Ventura is and what the supplement situation is on that one. And if it takes too long, then I think we'll move that one. To Tuesday. I will watch Qui-Gon today, so that we can do one a day and then move La Ventura through Tuesday, just in case I need more time. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, and either later tonight or tomorrow, we will see you for number 90, Qui-Gon. And until then, sisters, there were never such devout. I wasn't gonna sing it, but anyway. Yeah, don't go peeping into Toms, and don't be twins, and yeah, that's our morals. Don't be. Keep your nose out of other people's business, idiot. Anyway, Qui-Gon either later tonight or tomorrow. Anyway, good night.